What's the matter?
Nothing.
I know.
Because I'm trying to go to work.
Well, then you should probably take the drug test system. So if you want any opportunity today to walk out that door instead of that door. Good morning, you're Deanna Paul.
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Paul, this is your initial appearance in cause number 25, DCCR 1792.
All right, pause right here. This is an initial appearance, which means the judge hasn't decided guilt yet. But what does matter already? Compliance. And in court, refusing something this early can snowball fast. Watch closely how one small decision starts changing everything.
You're charged with a third-degree felony offense of stalking, and that's from October 3rd of 2020. Stand up. What's the matter?
Nothing. My allergies.
Okay. I tested you this morning. You didn't have anything in your system?
No, ma'am, but I just sneezed back there.
Okay, let's double check it. Have a seat in the jury box, please. You're charged. Sir, thank you. Miss Paul, come up. So, Ms. Paul, I received a note that you refused to take a drug test.
Yes, ma'am, because I leaned against the thing. I just finished sneezing back there, and I felt like I was being singled out.
This is a critical legal moment. When a judge says, "I'll assume you're positive," that's not a bluff. Refusal can legally be treated worse than a failed test. Judges see refusal as a risk factor, especially on bond. Engagement. Would you have taken the test immediately, yes or no?
I know I have alcohol in my system.
So
From the night before.
So let me explain. If you don't test and let me see what is or is not in your system, then I'm going to assume that you're positive,
Okay.
and I will raise your bond for sure, and you'll go to jail.
Okay.
So do you want to take the test and let me see what's in your system?
I don't have anything in my system besides alcohol.
Then go take the test.
I can't pee.
We're going to give you some water.
I just had water.
Notice what's happening here. The defendant is focused on work and kids, but the judge is focused on control and compliance. These are two totally different priorities colliding in real time, and that tension almost never ends well.
Then you want me to go ahead and send you to jail?
I don't know. You haven't even finished running down my charges to me.
What?
Running down my charges to me.
What do you mean?
What I was here for, or if I'm going to get a lawyer, and all that.
First things first is I'm ordering you to take a drug test. If you refuse the drug test, then you're refusing a court order, and I'll raise your bond and you'll go to jail. Then you'll have an attorney come visit you in jail, and they'll go over all of the charges. If you want to take
So
your
I can
time.
bond out.
Yeah, your bond's going to be raised, though.
But could I bond out today? That's what I'm asking. Because
You don't know what I'm going to set your bond at
I'm
yet.
trying to go to work.
Well, then you should probably take the drug test.
Let's try.
Because the more you refuse to do it, the more concern I have, and probably the higher your bond's going to be.
I'm just worried about getting back to my kids and going back to work because I'm.
Then take the drug test. So either there's something in your system other than
I have
alcohol.
something in my system. I
Right.
said that.
You said you have alcohol.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not worried about that right now.
Maybe some weed.
Okay, time jump. 15 minutes later in court can feel like nothing, but legally, it's everything. Because now the court decides whether this is inability or outright defiance.
Take the test. Let me see what's in your
It's
system.
weed.
Okay. I want to see what's in it. Take the test. And then we'll decide. Just because you test positive does not necessarily mean that I'm going to raise your bond, but we're going to have some discussions depending on what's in your system. So if you want any opportunity today to walk out that door instead of that door, go take the test. Otherwise, I'm raising your bond right now.
I can sit and see if I can pee.
Go try.
Here's the legal problem: admitting to daily marijuana use while on bond. Even if the original charge isn't drug-related, bond conditions usually require staying clean. That admission alone gives the judge grounds to increase bond. Engagement. Do you think honesty helped her here, or hurt her?
Justin Wallace with Mr. Lewis. Okay, so you've refused again.
I didn't refuse. I told him that I couldn't go. I
Well-
didn't refuse for the sec.
I'm just, there's no way that after a couple hours you can't go a little bit. So I'm going to find Miss Paul, based on your, number one, that you told me that you smoke marijuana. You told the man in the back, the drug tester, that you smoke daily, and that you used alcohol also yesterday, which alcohol's I'm not so worried about unless you're driving, but obviously using marijuana is a violation of the law, which means it's a violation of your bond conditions.
Okay.
And so let me see something real quick. Your current bond that you, I need to take a look at probable cause affidavit. Give me just a minute to get more information about you and your case, and then I'll decide what to set your new bond at.
Miss West, can I say, I know that I'm going to jail today, that's fine, but I feel like I've been the victim in this and I have the proof. I'm just overwhelmed at this point with the whole situation.
Well,
because the girl is still harassing me.
have you called the cops?
No, but I have the proof of her going to my job recently, letters from my job and her job.
All right, just hold on. You're going to need to tell all that to a lawyer. That's
This right here is the consequence phase. Higher bond, ankle-style drug patch, constant monitoring. This court isn't punishing past behavior, it's trying to prevent future risk. And every violation from here on only makes the hole deeper.
You still have that assault down the hall pending?
I have to go to that courtroom for the same person.
All right, so based on the limited information that I have,
Jeez.
I'm going to again find that you violated the conditions of your bond, and in cause number 25 DCCR 1752, raise that bond to $35,000. A condition of that bond, if you make it, is that you have to have a drug patch put on within 24 hours of your release from custody.
Okay.
And obviously, if you get out soon, I'm going to assume that that drug patch will initially be positive,
Okay.
but it should be going down. So
Okay.
it doesn't just test whether you're positive or negative. It gives me an amount.
Okay.
And if it's not going down, then that bond's going to go up even higher. Do you
Okay.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't get the drug patch changed every 2 weeks like you're supposed to, some people say, oh, it fell off, and they don't just fall off. Okay. So you need to make sure you have it on at all times. Get it tested when you're supposed to. If you
Okay.
make that bond, go back with the bailiff.
Okay.
Richard?
Good morning.
Good morning. Why wouldn't you take that off when the bailiff asked you to earlier?
No, I had told because I had this on. I didn't want to take it off.
I understand, but it's not appropriate, and you have to do that and follow the rules. It's not just when you're standing in front of me, but when you walk into the courtroom, there's no head. You should have known better than to wear a bonnet to court in the first place.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? This is felony court, not where you show up in a bonnet.
Yes, ma'am.
So